Let's connect then with the management of Blue Dart Express, Mr. Balfour Manuel, who is the managing director, who joins in to talk a little bit about some of the growth triggers, the price hikes, as well as how they are seeing traction during this time of everyone delivering. Good to have you on board. Thanks so much for taking time out and joining in. Now, we have constantly seen the reimposition of time to time from, the lockdown in certain states. But now that we seem to be firmly unlocked, tell us about your business trajectory. What has it been like since we last connected? We're in the month of September now. Things are fairly less restricted since the last time we spoke. What has been the overall demand and traction that you at Blue Dart have witnessed?
So, good morning. Blue Dart is on a very resilient journey since the last we connected. Business is back to near normal. If you ask me, the supply chain disruption, which we saw, seemed to be evening out with just the tail remaining. There are localized government-related, lockdowns where we struggle with PIN codes, but otherwise we seem to be well back to pre-COVID working norms across. And this is because we have worked right through from day one. You know very well that when ground was no more functional, our aircraft, our 757s were flying seamlessly on every single day across the country, and also with in cooperation with MOCA on the UDAN initiative. So we had that great experience working right through the lockdown. The other thing is our people force was extremely valuable resource that we were able to get about a 95% kind of attendance. Even now, it's over 95%. And that kind of resilience we got. But to answer your question, we see it's a sector-specific growth. There are few sectors which are still, the banking and financial vertical still has got some way to go. But we have seen recovery. Everybody knows pharma was doing well. IT was doing well. We have seen green shoots in consumer durables, consumer electronics, and many other sectors. We see some green shoots coming back, and that gives us very optimistic view of the future.
Okay, fair enough. And I just want to draw a comparison between what we're seeing for global freight rates versus back home. They're up by nearly 30 to 60% globally, whereas in India have risen by just about 7 to 15%. Why do you think that is? And do you think that we can see, us catching up to the kind of global rates?
So it's a supply chain, again, a supply demand kind of a situation. There was tremendous scarcity of space, particularly on the air, and that created that kind of, price change. It continues to be, the market where there is an inflationary price trend. But when it comes to India, we did a very balanced approach. We did take an emergency surcharge, which supported us through the pandemic. And we also gave the MSMEs and SMEs a price cut. And that went very, very well. So our retail, we did a decent amount of discounting during that period. And that gave us quite a bit of support to the MSMEs, I would say. But in India, yes, there is, as you know, we have announced a 9.6% GPI. That's a price increase with effect from January 1st. And we're already working on that right now.
Okay. Couple of, possible opportunities. A, vaccine delivery. How big an opportunity is that? And even the Apple partnership, how's that working out for you in terms of, the kind of results you're expecting to see?
So, Blue Dart has been all about innovation and adaptability. Also, right through the pandemic, if you ask me, it was flight to quality that we put in place. And the Apple, association falls into that bracket. It requires a very high quality, very high level of integrity in terms of our back-end support system and so on and so forth. If you ask me, it went well, very well. From day one, I think there's a very high kind of response from the customers, both for the company as well as Blue Dart. Now, this isn't domain. I could speak about my experience. Our experience, the customers are quite happy with the new way of norm where, a launch product can reach to their home in 24 to 48 hours across the country.
Amazing. What about festive season? What's that translating into in terms of gifting, other buying activity?
So, as you know, e-commerce is one of the verticals, one of our largest verticals. And e-commerce has been trending globally. If you would ask me, this is the best time for e-commerce. So we look forward to, while we are very big on B2B, we are looking at a optimistic trend. We have projections, and the seasonal volumes are going to be quite reasonably high. So all our energies are on peak planning right now. So it is infra, technology, and people. There's a whole lot of people recruitments that happen right now during this period. We seem to be quite ready for the infra, but that's a daily routine to make sure that our peak readiness is in place. And I guess that would be the same case globally and across all firms who are in this B2B and B2C delivery, service delivery.
Okay. And which segments are recording the highest volumes for you? Where is it that you're seeing strong demand?
I mentioned pharmaceuticals have been very, very strong. IT, the next one, we have the likes of laptops, speakers, headphones. They're just flooding. It's the work from home that's, pushed the demand up. And I believe it will last for another year or year and a half because that's the new norm. Work from home is the new norm. So many of our customers in this business have seen very high spikes. Like I said, consumer, even auto, we are in the aftermarket business. So even auto has shown substantial green shoots there growing. Well, it was in the doldrums some few months ago. So these are verticals that are showing great signs of recovery. Banking has recovered. We are in the credit cards, debit cards, checkbooks, all kinds of communication for the banks in a very big way, and also financial institutions. There seems to be still some more time to catch up, but it is shown in the last 2 months, it's showing substantial improvement there as well.
On account of COVID, have we seen the supply chain disruptions? Are there new ones forming? How has that impacted your business?
You know very well that, India has got used to this open and shut case almost on a daily basis. Initially, we, in the month of April, it was like, we were dealing with something which we were not knowing, that one day one city is open, the other city shuts down, so on and so forth. But now it's a new norm. We are just used to, placing embargoes where a PIN code by the local government is and informing our customers. But the fact remains that we Blue Dart never allowed our customer supply chains to get choked. We kept on working. And that has, given us this experience to deal with. Even today, we have parts of Kerala, which is impacted. There are many PIN codes where we are not allowed to go. But we keep informing our customers and we keep them a timeline. And the day the lockdown is open, we start functioning normally. So I guess every industry is dealing with this new norm of, open and shut case, because there could be a second wave coming, like in Europe. Now people are feeling the pain of a second wave coming. We need to be ready for that. But to deal with that, like we dealt with the first wave. So that's how Blue Dart looks at it. We have something like I told you, about 20,000 people on the streets. They continue to be there every day. a peak season will demand almost doubling of that resource. And I guess people are out there dealing with the crisis in such a way that, you have to face it now. It's 6 months. So I guess that will give us resilience in this country.